Get ready to dive back into the world of survival. In our 10th movie recap, join us as we once again follow the Abbott family who is now on the run after their farm is destroyed. Armed with newfound knowledge, they embark on a perilous journey into the unknown. But with danger lurking everywhere, can they outsmart the relentless threat? On the first day, Lee Abbott ventures into town for some essentials from the shop. While there, he catches a news report detailing an explosion nearby. Later, he reunites with his family, Evelyn, Reagan, Marcus, and Bo, at Marcus's baseball game. Amidst the game, a comet-like object streaks across the sky, triggering panic and prompting everyone to scatter. Reagan joins Lee while Evelyn takes charge of the boys. Lee seeks information from an officer just as chaos ensues with the monster's sudden attack on the town. Seeking refuge, Lee and Reagan find shelter in a bar, but the tranquility is shattered when a woman's phone rings, drawing the monster's attention. They manage to escape and reunite with Evelyn and the boys, narrowly evading the pursuing monster who fatally attacks the officer. On day 474, following a confrontation with encroaching aliens near their dwelling, Evelyn swiftly ushers Reagan, Marcus, and the infant out of the house, initiating their departure. Equipping the baby with an oxygen tank, Evelyn ensures their safety, while Reagan secures a map and a radio for potential defense against the hostile creatures. Advancing cautiously, the family proceeds armed, their steps hushed. A mishap by Evelyn triggers a trap, unsettling some bottles and alerting potential danger. Panic ensues as they flee, caught in the sight of a sniper's lens. Amidst the chaos, Marcus falls victim to a bear trap, his agonized cries piercing the silence. Despite Evelyn's attempts to pacify him, the baby adds its cries to the cacophony. A menacing monster draws near, but Reagan swiftly prepares the speaker, utilizing the frequency from her hearing aid to weaken the creature before Evelyn delivers a decisive blow to its head. Continuing their frantic escape, the family finds themselves confronted by another advancing monster, only to be saved by the intervention of a sniper named Emmett. Emmett guides them to safety in his soundproof bunker, shielding them from the approaching threat. Recognizing Emmett from their past, Evelyn recalls his tragic loss, his wife and son. Despite their shared history, Emmett expresses a bleak outlook on the possibility of other survivors, deeming them unworthy of salvation. After Evelyn tends to Marcus's injury, she confides in Emmett, revealing the heartbreaking news of Lee's demise. Surprisingly, Emmett acknowledges Lee's nightly signal fires, but never considered targeting the Abbott family. Reagan switches on the radio for Marcus, who is startled by the tune of Beyond the Sea. Their realization dawns that someone else must be broadcasting it. However, Emmett dismisses it as a recurring loop, a phenomenon he's observed since relocating to the hills. Undeterred, Reagan sees potential in the song choice, viewing it as a coded message. She resolves to decipher it, intending to locate the source by boat with the aid of a map. Despite Marcus's attempts to dissuade her, Reagan slips away under cover of night while the others sleep, determined to pursue her theory. Evelyn implores Emmett to search for Reagan, citing the anguish of already losing one child. Reluctantly, Emmett concedes, committing to the task. Meanwhile, Evelyn ventures out alone to procure medical supplies for Marcus, leaving him responsible for the baby's care in her absence. Venturing further, Reagan reaches the train tracks, where a disturbance caused by crows draws the attention of a nearby monster. Acting swiftly, Reagan employs her hearing aid to momentarily stun the creature with a single shot from her rifle. However, her weapon malfunctions, leaving her vulnerable as the monster closes in. Just in time, Emmett intervenes, dispatching the threat with a precise shot to its head. Despite Emmett's attempts to persuade her otherwise, Reagan remains resolute in her plan. Hindered by their communication barrier, Emmett struggles to convey his concerns to Reagan, who remains steadfast in her resolve. Reluctantly, Emmett acquiesces, accompanying her on her quest. Evelyn pauses at Bo's memorial shrine, offering a moment of remembrance for her lost son. Continuing her journey, she makes a stop at the store to procure essential supplies, including medicine, bandages, and 2 oxygen tanks. Marcus briefly ventures outside the safety of the bunker to explore Emmett's compound, only to be met with a chilling sight: the decaying remains of what appears to be a woman's corpse. Startled, he inadvertently triggers a noise, attracting the attention of a nearby monster. Fleeing in panic, Marcus rushes back to the bunker, but inadvertently locks himself and the baby inside a secure vault. With the oxygen supply dwindling dangerously low, Marcus faces a race against time to secure their survival. Reagan and Emmett arrive at the marina in search of a boat, but their plans are interrupted by the sight of a distressed young girl. Concerned, Emmett approaches her, only to find himself ensnared by a rope she wields. Suddenly, a group of survivors, led by a frail man, emerges, intent on capturing Reagan. Thinking quickly, Emmett signals for Reagan to dive into the water, which she does without hesitation. Drawing the attention of a nearby monster with a loud noise, Emmett orchestrates a diversion, causing chaos among the survivors. Seizing the opportunity, Emmett injures their leader, prompting him to scream and attract the monster's attention. Emmett leaps into the water, narrowly escaping the creature's grasp. Just as danger reaches its peak, Reagan appears on a boat and pulls Emmett to safety. Upon reaching the island where the survivors had been broadcasting the song, Reagan and Emmett encounter a man who is part of the group. Inquisitive, he questions Emmett about deciphering the message, but Emmett defers credit to Reagan, acknowledging her pivotal role. The man elaborates on the National Guard's strategy, revealing that upon realizing the monster's inability to swim, they initiated a plan to evacuate people via boats away from urban areas. However, this plan was often thwarted as panicked individuals would inadvertently attract the monsters by screaming. As dawn breaks, Emmett is alarmed by a noise emanating from the boat, discovering to his horror that a monster has managed to reach the island aboard it. Frantically attempting to alert the islanders, Emmett's efforts are tragically cut short as the monster launches its attack, claiming the lives of those in its path. Acting swiftly, Reagan and Emmett join forces with the man, who utilizes his car horn to draw the monster away from the vulnerable islanders. Leading them to safety, the man sacrifices himself in a brave attempt to divert the monster's attention, allowing Reagan and Emmett to find refuge. Returning to the bunker, Evelyn is met with a harrowing sight. A monster has infiltrated their refuge. Thinking quickly, she strategically places one of her oxygen tanks near a source of fuel. As the monster looms menacingly, Evelyn takes aim and shoots the tank, triggering a powerful explosion. Though the blast engulfs the creature in flames, it remains undeterred. In a stroke of luck, the sprinkler system activates, showering the area with water. Seizing the opportunity, Evelyn descends swiftly, managing to reach her sons just in time. Marcus, who had succumbed to oxygen deprivation, regains consciousness as Evelyn tends to him. This time, Evelyn ensures the vault is securely sealed, protecting her family from further harm. As Reagan and Emmett lure the monster into the radio station, the heart of the song's broadcast, Emmett valiantly distracts the creature, allowing Reagan to access the control room. Meanwhile, Evelyn emerges from the vault to confront the monster that has breached their sanctuary. With her maternal instincts in overdrive, she shields her boys from the impending threat. Inside the control room, Reagan employs her hearing aid, utilizing its frequency to weaken the monster. Mirroring her actions, Marcus hears the signal over the radio and uses it to weaken their own assailant. Empowered by their unity, Marcus emerges from the safety of the vault, seizing Evelyn's pistol and delivering a decisive shot to the monster's head. Simultaneously, Reagan wields a mic stand as her weapon of choice, driving it into the other monster's skull with unwavering resolve. With the hearing aid left on the microphone, its frequency remains accessible to anyone who tunes into the right channel, providing a means to fight back against the monstrous threat looming in the world beyond. This small but crucial act of defiance serves as a beacon of hope, offering a glimmer of possibility for those who refuse to surrender to fear and despair. With that, this concludes the story of A Quiet Place Part 2. We post movie recaps every week. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.